Hey friends, I'm Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. Why is this not working? I hit the button. Apparently I didn't hit the button hard enough. Welcome to Friday. Welcome to Financial Ruins Friday. We're going to take a look at Getfpv new product email and then the new product section of PyroDrone, NewBeeDrone, race day quads to see if anything has come out in the last couple of months that's exciting or really all that interesting. I was on one of the websites the other day, and I was just astounded that there was like nothing that I even remotely cared about, which could just be me. But yeah, there's apparently Jesse Perkins was on Mike Rowe's show, which is crazy. I didn't even know Mike Rowe still had a show. That got posted over on the Discord, which is pretty interesting. I clicked play and it was on mute, and then I saw Jesse. I was like, oh, no shit. But I didn't actually watch it. It looked like they had a brushed whoop up in the air, which is kind of cool. So yeah, that was fun. I just pulled a gray hair out of my nose, so great success. If nothing else, then one less gray hair. It's a good thing. In the chat, Troy Prelog was first, SlowCal was next, JP Spin, Kevin the Alien, Northern Tier, Tongue Out, Frank Nicholas, Hockey Rounds, 16-bit FPV, David 4F, Raging Elite, 16-bit FPV, Justin Waller. This is going to be another kind of low-key live stream. I'll tell you why in a minute. Kevin Sumner, Douglas Otwell, Newt McFly, Steady Eddie, Matt Norton, Freelojo, Gusto, Ethan W., Scott FPV, Mac FPV, Hendrix Freakazoid, Fork-tailed Devil. Sometimes in life you have to set boundaries, and you set a boundary, and then it's always going to get challenged at some point. And sometimes you have to stay strong. Sometimes you have to reevaluate that and make sure that you're not being a Nazi. And one of the things that I decided a long time ago to not do was like build stuff or repair stuff for people for money. I hate building so much at this point. I've just done it too much. I've done too many builds. I've done too many repairs over the last 7 plus, almost 8 years. And so, yeah, building and repairing is something that I really, really, really don't like. And when you start doing things that you really, really, really don't like for money, it's kind of a slippery slope. If the money is like absurdly good, it's one thing. If the money is not that great, that's a great way of driving something into the ground. So yeah, long time ago I decided like that other than like me doing some like fun little builds, like scratch builds and then selling them, other than that, which I don't really do often, right? Like most of you probably don't even remember the last time I did that. Yeah, it's just something that I decided not to do. And, but, oh, the TV's still on. Azalea. Hold on. But a client that I really like, Ro, messaged me a couple of weeks back and he said, hey, I've got a Nevada that I need the axis swap done on, the axis frame and the axis motors. Can you do it for me? And I was like, well, I don't usually do that, but, you know, maybe. And I told him like it would take a few days. It usually if something comes in, it usually takes me like a couple of days to get it into rotation because I plan stuff out like a little bit, a couple of days in advance. Like I'm usually basically a couple of days behind essentially. And then this week all of a sudden there was like an urgency with it, and it was supposed to get here on Wednesday. And so Wednesday night's live stream was supposed to be tearing a Nevada down, swapping it over. It didn't show up Wednesday. It showed up yesterday at like 3 o'clock. And it needed to be, but he needed it for this weekend, for a gig that he had. So I basically had to get it done between like 3 o'clock yesterday and whenever shippers close. So I worked as hard as I could on it, as fast as I could. And it sucked. The whole process sucked. Axis made some really strange decisions on the build kit. The instructions were pretty awful. The process of tearing a Nevada apart and then getting all of the lead-free solder out was a total pain in the ass. The rebuilding process was a total pain in the ass. And then I get almost none of the like they have this opportunity, right, where like they sell you a kit and like everything you need is in that kit, and the kit is only for one very specific thing, right? It's to take a Nevada apart and to put this set of motors exactly on. And so, like, as far as I'm concerned, all of the wires should be cut to the right length, right? For example, none of that's done. And yeah, it was a mess. It was an absolute mess. And then I start reassembling it. So I'm 5 hours into it at this point yesterday. And I go to bolt the motors on, and the axis frame, for no reason whatsoever, uses 4-bolt mounting, and the Avada plastic frame and the motors that came with the kit are 3-bolt motors. And so, yeah, out the window that went. I'm not the one that ordered the kit, so like it's not necessarily my fault, although fault doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter whose fault anything is. It's just about getting shit done or not getting it done. So yeah, now I have to take it back apart. I had to order the motors, and they'll be here like Saturday, hopefully. And now I'm gonna have to pull this thing significantly back apart to desolder these motors and remove these motors. And apparently like the ESC is kind of fragile, so I'm like kind of scared to dump heat into the ESC again. But there's not a whole hell of a lot I can do about it. So yeah, that was my Thursday. And like Thursday for me is like a kind of an important day off. Like I'm all stressed out by the time Thursday rolls around. So it's a day that like I try to really relax and just chill out. And I was really excited. Maggie and I were going to go to Latin dancing lessons last night at 7. But I just ended up working right up to that point and had to cancel it. And I felt like such a jerk because like I was really looking forward to it. I know that she was looking forward to it. So yeah, yesterday did not go the way that I'd hoped. But that's life sometimes. You know, try my best to move on. It was just like a comedy of errors in a lot of different ways. I really like, there's absolutely no reason for Axis to set this frame up with four mounting holes like that. It's just so dumb. It's so dumb that they sell 2 versions of this Avata motor, one of them specifically for their stupid ass frame, and one of them for a direct swap. Like, of course people are going to screw that up. You could argue that like, oh, they set the frame up with 4-bolt motors so that you can use any motors. Well, you can't use any motors because the Avata does not allow you to change. It does not allow you to change motor direction rotation. So you have to use like the Avata specific motors that they have wired up to spin the correct direction. You can't just get any old motor because there's no standardization in motors. Everybody wires motors up to in whatever the hell way they want. So they spin. Yeah, it would be a 50-50 shot if you ran anything other than these Axis Avata specific motors. It'd be 50-50 whether or not you put the entire thing back together and the motor spun the right direction versus the wrong direction. And yeah, like you have to put it all the way back together. Like it's not like, you know, normal FPV where you can just like half-ass it back together and go into Betaflight and spin the motors up in the motors tab. Like, no, you have to put everything back together. You have to plug every single sensor back in so that you can fire it up in the software and literally like see if it'll fly, right? Like it's going to do a million checks and it's got to get GPS and all that stuff. So yeah. Oh man, I would like, yeah. I can't believe. So a couple of people out there say that this is a 3-hour job. Those people can go to hell forever. I'm 5 hours in. Like, if you half-assed everything and like absolutely went as fast as you possibly could and you'd done it a couple of times before, maybe you could do it in 3 hours. But somebody doing it for the first time, which is going to be everybody, right? You're not making your instructions or your tutorials for people that are doing this for a living or people that have done it before, right? Or anybody that wants to do it even remotely right and like cut the wires to the right length so there's not tons of extra wire everywhere, remove the horrible leaded solder, and just, yeah, get it done in a way that it's going to be somewhat reliable. Yeah, no, it's like minimum 6 hours, realistically 7, 8, 9 hours. So if you have an Avata and you're thinking about doing this switch, don't. For the love of God, don't. The kit too, like they went like 80. They got to like 80% when it comes to like the instructions and the way that they package stuff up, and then they just said to hell with it. It's fine. It's good enough. Let's just start selling it. Which is infinitely frustrating, right? Because like you're selling this to people with Avatas. These are not like true or whatever FPV people that know how to build this stuff, right? These are people that are looking to get into FPV. So they're either brand new or they're people that aren't willing to dive all the way into FPV because it's insanely difficult. It's needlessly difficult. And so to like do that, to kind of like half-ass it with the instructions and some of this stuff, it's just like, what are you doing? All that being said, it's really hard to do. It's really hard to set. This is a this is a crazy swap. This is harder than scratch building an FPV rig, and it's really hard to write instructions for that and to make instruction videos for that. But you've got a single platform and a single setup of parts, so that makes it a lot easier to do that. You just you have to just do it, and then you have to give it to somebody that hasn't done it before and tell them to do it, and then they will be like, hey, you completely missed these 2 steps on the instruction guide, and then you have to go, oh, of course, and then re-edit it and add a couple of things in, and they just didn't do that. They just put a camera on somebody who's done it 15 times before, and they just blast through stuff, and there's a bunch of stuff that gets missed, and you're like, well, what the hell? How did that part get there? What screws are for that? And then the instruction manual that they give is barely legible. I literally had to use the 5x loop to be able to read some of the small text, and some of the really small text is in orange print, and it's like CMYK printing, and there's certain stuff that I actually can't even read on the instructions. So I was having to take guesses. It was just, oh my god, man, oh my god, the amount of stress that on a day that I need to de-stress, it was just the most stressful day ever. And then to not even be able to finish it, oh my god, oh boy. So yeah, that was my Thursday. If I look like hell, this is why. Yesterday was just a disaster, but whatever. The correct motors will show up, and I'll rip it all back apart, dump another 4, 5, 6 hours into it, and then it'll be done. And I will never, ever, 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 ever do this again. Axis also, I'm not convinced that they oriented the carbon properly. They oriented the carbon north, south, east, west. And the arms it is an A-arm design, so it is the carbon is oriented properly for the front and the rear parts of the arms that go left and right. But yeah, I would still always rather see the carbon going at a 45-degree angle when you've got a unibody, so that the main part of the arm, the diagonal part of the arm, is going to be really strong, because that always seems to be the part of the arm that is going to put up with the most stress. So, yeah. And Ro was totally cool about the whole thing and whatnot, but yeah, so it's hard. You gotta trust it. When you set a boundary, you kind of have to, you got to trust that boundary, but then at the same time, you change and things change, and so, yeah, I don't know. But I should have, yeah. Sometimes you get reminded why you make decisions. But this was my reminder as to why I don't build stuff for people. So, yeah. If you were going to ask me to build something for you, come back in a year from now and maybe I'll have forgotten this this experience. If you want to talk directly to me, all you got to do is type CiottiFPV into the chat, and for me, it will light up in orange. You got to spell it right, CiottiFPV. It's right down here. It's the name of the thing. Matt Norton says, "We are the same age, and I pull white ones out of everywhere on my face. Don't feel too bad about a gray one. I don't. I only pull. I mean, I pull my nose hairs out. Period. Just because long nose hairs is gross. But I don't pull any of the other gray hairs. There's a bunch here. There's a whole bunch over here. There's some coming in here. I don't bother with that, because I know I'm gonna look good. I know when I'm all salt and peppered up, I'm gonna look even better than I do right now. And that feels like such a, I don't know what the word is. I can't think of the word. You guys know what word I'm groping for. Timmons says, "Scored my first Moblite 6 elrs from Getfpv after watching your last stream. Some were available. Time to upgrade. Thanks for the heads up. You're certainly welcome." I almost bought one yesterday, so that I got the correct motors from Getfpv, and I almost bought one of the damn things. But I have a couple of them as well. Timon says, finally joined your Patreon too. Thank you, dude. Thank you for the support. Welcome to the Gangly Gang. I really appreciate it. Speaking of supporting me, CiottiFPV.com is where you can do that. There's a million different things going on there. Patreon helps me out the most. There's an Etsy store with some fun stickers and hardware. There's a Fiverr page where you can work one-on-one with me if you want to fly better, build better, tune better. There is a Teespring store with a bunch of fun t-shirts. Not this one. This is a Piggly Wiggly shirt. And then there's a whole bunch of affiliate links. It's 2024, friends. Use affiliate links every time you do an order, and you can support people making content that you're allowed to watch for free here on YouTube. It makes a big difference when a whole bunch of you do it. So do it. Replace your bookmarks with affiliate links. Demo FPV says, what's up, Gangly Gang? Metal Durstigan says, that kind of well-sorted out experience is not something that most FPV manufacturers are capable of doing. I agree 100% when there's a million different pieces and parts. Jake FPV says swapping 2 wires on an ESC makes it spin in the opposite direction. It does, but it's about 2 to 3 hours of work to disassemble the Avata to the point where you can get to that. So it's not realistic. Nobody's going to be willing to completely build the thing back up and then tear it all the way back down to switch 2 wires. That's just insane. It's the Avata was built like top to bottom for the plastic frame. Like it was, yeah. And there's a whole bunch, like there's sensors. It's just, yeah. No, this kit should never have. This kit shouldn't exist. This is just. I don't know. It does have a lot more power once this kit is done. It goes from a 2.9-inch prop to a 3.5-inch prop. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm so like disenchanted with the whole thing. I can't believe this. And the other huge thing is that it completely removes any possibility of any warranty exchange, right? Like, one of the really cool things about buying DJI products is if they break, you can have them fix it. And yeah, with something like this, I mean, you are voiding every single molecule of the warranty. Like, you have to like remove their power cable, and then they give you wires that are not cut the right length. To then like rewire the power cable so that it's there's a whole bunch of decisions that they made that it's like, why the hell did you do it this way? Like, why did you make it this hard on me? Very strange, man. Very, very strange. Steve E says, so the motor direction is wrong. You need to resolder. Why does FPV DIY seem to require 1 or 2 associate's degrees worth of learning? Yeah, no, I don't know. It wouldn't be that bad. I will say this. If you're going to do this kit, use LED race wires. Look, if you're going to do this, don't get the Axis motors because they're 1507s and you're not going to get great. We know that 1507 is not a good motor size, right? Get 2004s and then put LED race wires in. And then if the motors don't spin the right direction, then you can realistically swap 2 wires without it taking hours and hours and hours and hours. And then you could build one of these with like 2004s and it would perform way, way, way better. The only thing that I question is that, 1507 is a big ass tall motor. It uses one of these stupid, really slim duct designs. It's not really a duct, it's a guard. And so with the 2004 motor, the propellers might be down below the guard. Not that the guards really do anything. Like, if you hit somebody with a guarded rig, they're getting hurt and they're, potentially going to the hospital. So yeah, having the prop not lined up with the guard kind of doesn't matter because it's a dangerous design anyway. So maybe that doesn't really matter. But yeah, I don't know. If I were to do this, I would go to like a proper motor. I would go to a 2004 or 2104, and then yeah, at least you've got a motor that's going to stay nice and cool and give you good performance. But yeah, I don't know. With race wires, it would actually look pretty cool because it's a pusher. The race wires would be shooting downwards, and it would actually look kind of cool. So yeah. Steve Jobs says, "Don't pull nose hairs, trim them. It could cause a deadly brain infection." I've heard that that you don't want to pick your nose either, because it apparently, like, people that pick their nose for long periods of time, like their whole life, have higher rates of Alzheimer's. Your nose, the tissue inside your nose is like a direct pathway to your brain. Ridiculous. Steve Jobs would know. I mean, he passed away from a deadly brain infection. No, he didn't. Freeloader dropping the Patreon link. Thank you, dude. Milk is in the house. He says, "I've got a Moblite7 HD0, and when adding throttle, it has some kind of small weird shake. I put new props on, and that helped a little bit, but it still remains. Where should I look next?" Milk, when it comes to troubleshooting, you don't want to look next. You want to look back. You need to look back in time and figure out when the behavior started. Whenever the behavior started, right before that is what caused it. You stacked it into a tree at full throttle. You crashed it into your dog's bowl filled with water. You changed from Bluejay 0.16 to 0.19. You went in and added a bunch of PID or screwed around with the PIDs, right? It's all about when the behavior started. So that's where you should look next. You should look next back. And that's going to inform you as to what's happening there. CMYK says, "What's good, gangly gang?" Kevin Sumner says, "Did you see Nick Burns' recent Moblite6 video? Happy about it confirmed to him that they have a chip shortage." I saw that. Yeah, we talked about that briefly the last stream. So the Moblite6 price increase might be coming. Yeah, it's looking like it might go from 115 to 135. At 135 bucks, it's still a screaming deal, especially because it now comes with motors that are actually like usable. Like, you know, the previous Moblite6 was $100, and then you would immediately have to spend. You didn't have to, but you had to spend another $40 on motors, and swap it over to BT 2.0. Whereas the new one, even if it's so, you know, the old ones, to get them right, you're spending $140, $145. If the new one goes up to 135, still in a good place with the Chris. If it goes up to 150, it's still a good deal as far as I'm concerned, especially because it just stomps every single other bind and fly out there. So yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, obviously I don't like it, but it sort of is what it is. It's still hands down the best deal. Milk says, "How did you know that I went full speed into a tree and also into my cat's water bowl?" Both happened. Thanks for the advice. Really? Okay, so public service announcement. When you get a quad wet, unplug the battery immediately. Put it on top of a fan for 24 hours and just let the fan run, or just put it next to a fan, but blow air over it for 24 hours. Do not plug the battery in that time. Just wait it out. Most of my rigs have been fully submerged in water at some point in their lives. Doing that method, they've all come back to life and been totally fine. So the water is probably not what happened, Milk. Full speed into the tree. There you go. So when you went full speed into the tree, you either bent the propellers up. You said you changed propellers and it got a little bit better. So there's one. Two, you also could have and probably bent one of the motor shafts. The TinyWhoop motors have if this is the bell of the motor, there's a 1.5 millimeter thick motor shaft down inside of the stator, but then up above the bell, it comes down to 1 millimeter. And that's really fragile, especially if you don't push your propellers all the way down. You always want to make sure that you push the propeller as far down as it'll go. You want it to butt up against the top of the motor bell. This way, it's a shorter lever. If you leave the prop sitting up here, it's a longer lever. It's gonna bend the shit out of that 1mm motor shaft quick. So always push your propellers all the way down. Even if you push them all the way down, really hard crashes will start to bend that 1mm motor shaft. When that shaft bends, the propeller now wobbles, even if it's a new propeller, and it's going to dump all those vibrations into the flight controller, and it can have a hard time with that. So the third thing that potentially happened is you hurt the gyro when you slammed it into the tree. But that's the least common thing. So do this. Go into turtle mode and gently hold the quad and gently spin each motor up. Go into the diagonals to spin just one motor up at a time. Nice and gentle. And what you might feel is that one of the motors is vibrating harder than the others. Or maybe two motors. Replace those motors and you should be good to go. If you do that, and you can also do this in the motors tab in Betaflight. You can go into Betaflight motors tab, click I understand the risks, and gently spin each motor up. It's at about 30% throttle that the majority of the vibrations happen. That's why you want to gently push the motors up. If you're using the motor tab sliders in Betaflight, you're going to get them to 30% or so and move it around in there. You'll feel it. It's very easy to feel when you're holding the TinyWhoop. And so, yeah, if you find that one or two motors are vibrating harder than the others, then you got to replace those motors. Well, you should replace those motors. You don't technically have to replace those motors. What you can do is cripple the flight performance of the quad just to get it flying again. Like, for example, if you order the motors now and you just want to fly it while you're waiting for them, the top two sliders, actually, no, just grab the master multiplier, the last slider, and decrease it, which is this way for you guys. So decrease the master multiplier from wherever it is. If it's at 1.0, bring it down to 0.8. If it's at 1.6, bring it down to like 1.2. Like significantly bring that master multiplier down, and that should get it to behave. And then when you replace the motors, make sure you push it back up this way. Make sure you push it back up because it was flying fine. And by reducing the PIDs, you're going to get worse flight performance. So you're just doing it in the interim to get it up in the air now. And yeah, there you go. If you do all that and it's still not acting right, then it's probably the gyro, and you get to replace the entire AIO, which sucks, but that's probably not the deal. Stavel says Mob 6s are great, but put about 18 batteries in my Moblite7 today due to the nice weather. Yeah, I'm really excited for the weather to be turning. I flew the walk snail Moblite7 Ultimate Donkeys outside the other day. I was like, I remember this. I was also like, wow, I'm not good at flying outside anymore. Timon says, which version of Bluejay do I need to put my factory Moblite6 on? The best version of Bluejay is 0.16, but unfortunately, it's not in the drop down. So you got to do this. You got to come over here to my channel. You got to click the little magnifying glass. You got to search for Bluejay, and then here it is. Stick with 0.16, it says. You can't see it below the timestamp. But there are timestamps in this video here, in this live stream here. And it will, look at this guy. Look at this handsome devil. It'll walk you through it, and it'll explain why. I'm putting this link in the chat right now. Yeah, it'll explain why to go back, how to go back. It's not that hard. Here is the link that you'll need to go back. Here are the hexes for 0.16. There's the link. That link should be in the video description. If it's not, I'm going to add it right now. The hell? Yep, the link is in the yeah, the link is in the video description. Cool. Look at me. Look at past me doing something good. So yeah, there you go. Basically, use the lowest it seems like, so Bluejay 0.16 was the last version of Bluejay that like the original creator apparently worked on. Ever after 0.16, it's been a different group of guys that they seem to be going backwards. 0.17 was a little bit worse. 0.18 was a little bit worse. 0.19 was a little bit worse. 0.2 has been lighting ESCs on fire. So yeah, go as old as you can on Bluejay. 0.16 is where it seems to have peaked, and it works brilliantly. So there's really no reason to not do Bluejay 0.16, other than if the right version is not there. And we talk about that in the video. Basically, like, there are a whole bunch of different. So it's about this right here. It's about these two letters and then this number. This is the number is the gate timing. The letters designate like the processor, like the ESC processor. So the letters match up with the ESC processor back. How old is this? This is back January 17th, 2022. There have been some new ESC processors since this has come out. And so those aren't in here. So if you have one of these like brand new ESCs with a different processor, you might not be able to find the right letter number here. And so you might not be able to use 0.16. In most cases, you will be able to use 0.16 though. In most cases, you will be able to find the correct letter number in here. And then you just get to choose 24, 48, or 96, but you should just choose 48. 48's the best bet. But yeah, 24K, 48K, 96K. Don't do 96K, it's bad. 24K will give you the best flight performance. 48K will give you the best mix of power, efficiency, and flight performance. Kevin Sumner says, have you talked to the Bluejay devs? I've not. They've said they don't have a bug report for the bad behavior on the newer versions. They want to look into it, but have no leads. That sounds like them being lazy to me, because it's a well-known problem that's been all over the place. NewBeeDrone specifically has there are tons and tons and tons of leads. They just, no, that's insane. That's ridiculous. Stoffel said 18 batteries in my Moblite7 today. I missed that part. That's a proper day right there. Timon says, and we got that. Hater13 says, have you ever tried 3D printed Whoop frames? I have indeed. Will it be heavier? It will indeed. Think about designing one for 65mm walk snail. Don't do it. It just doesn't work. 3D printed frames just don't work. 3D printing cannot produce. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. You can't. In order for a 3D printed frame to be stiff enough to fly properly, it has to be so incredibly heavy that it doesn't fly all that well. Many have tried, and it just doesn't work. 3D printing is great for certain things, but it's not great in situations where you need to manage vibrations. So yeah, don't waste your time, man. There was a company, I forget what they're called now, but they spent a ton of time and effort to try to get it right. And I spent a ton of time working with them and testing their products to try to get it right, and it was just a disaster, and it was just a complete waste of time. And they did a really good job with it. Like, they really made a super interesting design and many revisions. And yeah, it was just it's not the right material. It's not the right material. Molded plastic, or on bigger rigs, carbon fiber. But on TinyWhoops, it's molded plastic for sure. That's really the only way to do it. CMYK says, big ups to the Piggly Wiggly shirt. Picked one up for my drive through the South California. Yeah, it's you, like, if you've lived in the South, you have to have a Piggly Wiggly shirt, which is it's harder now because I think I know that they're closing lots of stores. They might actually be all the way out of business, but I'm sure you could find one on eBay or something. Kevin Sumner with a Discord link. Let's see what this is. It's probably a Discord to Bluejay. Frequently asked questions. Where am I? Oh, this is ESC configurator Discord. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Bluejay 0.16 is awesome. It fixes. I've had it literally fix AIOs that don't work. The T-motor AIOs will not work right on 0.17, 0.18, 0.19. You put them onto 0.16 and it works perfectly. And I've had that same experience on 3 other ESCs actually. So yeah, 0.16 is the jam. Yeah, of course. I'm just reading this thing at the link that Kevin Sumner said. You might have heard recommendations of downgrading to 0.16. Such recommendation has been made by individuals that have no relation to the Bluejay team. Yeah, thank God. Because I'm not like... I don't have hundreds of hours devoted to Bluejay to the point where, like, you know, I have a vested interest in not telling you to run an older version. Like, I have nothing in that. I just have the experience of what flies best. It's kind of important. Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. I don't know. It's interesting. But look, 0.16 works brilliantly, and it's available for free. So just do it. And yeah, there's just kind of like no reason not to do it. There's really nothing in the newer versions of Bluejay that has any actual value that I've heard. So yeah, just do 0.16. It works, and that's that. ESC firmware, like ESC firmware is not like Betaflight where you're gonna have like these noticeable improvements in flight performance. ESC firmware for many years has just been like, hey, look, ESC PWM by RPM, it's extraordinary. And then after a few months, everybody's like, this doesn't work as good as just locking it. What the hell? And then everybody goes back to just locking it at 48 or 24 and has a way better experience. It feels like ESC firmware kind of peaked a long time ago. And this is what like the really smart guys like Ryan Harrell and Chris Rosser kind of talk about. Like, look, the ESC firmware teams like figured it out really early on, and the defaults are like damn near perfect in 99% of cases. So go with the defaults. So yeah, kind of crazy, but you wouldn't think. Red shifters, thank you, Metal Durskin. Good call, brother. Yeah, red shifters. Redshift R3D shifters. Boy, oh boy, did they put a ton of time and effort into their 3D printed Whoop frames. And boy, oh boy, did I put a lot of time trying to get them to work, because they had a really cool Insta360 Go mounting solution that I thought was going to be just like a game changer. But instead, I just pissed away 100 hours of my time and some of your guys' times on live streams trying to get their stuff to work right, and it just wouldn't. It just, yeah, it ain't the right material. Hold on, I gotta get this going here. All right, so I'm caught up. Let's dive into some new products and see if there's anything that's super interesting. So this is Getfpv's weekly email blast. Cinelog 25 V2. Runcam Wasp with DJI-03. Is that what? Is there a Runcam is making a camera that's compatible with DJI-03? How did I miss that? Oh, no, never mind. The Runcam Wasp is Vista. And then, so you can get it with a run cam, you can get it with a Vista, you can get it with DJI 3, or you can get it with analog. Got it. Upgraded version, 3D video options. Yeah, that's not an upgrade. Oh, look, they're leveraging the O3 air unit's inherent anti-shake capability. LEVERAGING. 10 letters instead of 3 or 4. Using. Say using. Stop saying leveraging. Stop it. You're not leveraging shit. I leverage the fucking wheel nuts off my goddamn car. I'm not leveraging an O3 air unit, you idiots. Stop using stupid, needlessly... Against fuselage shock. Look at that. Damping balls. There we go. Damping balls. Let's all play with our damping balls. This is not me being mad at Getfpv. This is me being mad at the entire fucking world for using stupid words all the time. God, you don't have to always try to feel like a corporate dickbag. People's are dickbags. Stop it. Stop trying to sound like dickbags. Sound like a person. Use the words that a person would use, not a shitty company. $1,404 4500s on a 2.5-inch rig? That's a little low. I would want at least 5,000 kV motors. Well, okay, yeah. No, there's a bunch of 4 and 5 and 6 blade propellers. So okay, fair enough. You don't need the kV to be as high. But I mean, you might as well. Like it would make a lot more sense to put a higher kV motor on this, and then you can limit it down. And then so you can run it at 100% and run tri-blades and get really good efficiency from it, or you can motor limit it down and run quieter 4, 5, 6 blade props. But I get it, I guess. Nobody really seems to understand or give a shit about that. They're too busy using words like leveraging instead of making things better. It's got GPS on it. That's interesting. It's a 2.5-inch rig with GPS. Okay. Yeah, I don't really know what makes it V2, but, you know, they needed to sell more of them, so you call it V2 and change something that doesn't need to be changed, and there you go. Milk says, ordered new motors with your affiliate link. Thanks again, mate. You're certainly welcome, brother. Kevin Sumner says, but 50-cent words are so fancy. Yeah, they are. They're incredibly frustrating, but they are quite fancy. Stavel with a $20 PayPal. Thank you, dude. Super, super, super generous. He says, Micro King's Choice, Latin dance lessons, financial ruins Friday, cheeseburgers, or whatever. Thank you, dude. Thank you very much. I will more than likely use that money to buy the kids food. Buy the kids more food. Because, good Lord, they be eating it all. I'm one to talk. You know, I still eat a lot, but when I was a kid, I actually remember, I legitimately remember my parents being like, dude, how do you eat so? Like, I remember being called, like, the bottomless pit. Yeah. These kids have high metabolisms, too. So it's, I get it. All right, so your inner fatter. Johnny FPV QAVS 2 frame. I'm sure it's great. Ryan Harrell designed the QAVS frames are designed by Ryan Harrell, who's a great dude. Knows what he's doing. 5 and 7-inch. Yeah, I mean, look, frames at this point are either properly designed or horribly designed. There's kind of like nothing in between. I can almost guarantee you that this one is properly designed. Close your eyes and point. There's a whole bunch of frames that are really good. There's not gonna be like a frame that comes out that I will say this. Rosser has figured out this cool little thing where he's having little ears CNC'd in the corners of where the stack mounts, which he's saying, and I believe him, are helping out with vibrations. That I think is going to be the only thing that I don't think there's going to be anything else that makes one frame significantly better than another. So pick the frame that is sponsored by the person who's, you know, information dumping on the internet that you appreciate the most, for example, and away you go. It's support who you want to support, and the frame that they've got at this point, as long as everybody doesn't say it's junk, is going to be just as good as everything else. It's really like, hey, look at this. This is the motor. This is the correct motor that I had to order. See? 1, 2, and then on the other side, 3, 4. That's very weird that this motor is in their email blast. No, it's not. No, it's not. Never mind. So this section of their email is completely driven by what I have searched for. So the Crossfire Nano is my affiliate link, which I clicked yesterday when I placed the order for this motor. And then a couple of days before that, I looked at the Mobula 6 on the live stream. And then a couple of days before that, I looked at the HD0 goggle expansion module and the digital receiver module. And then a week before that, I looked at these Moblite camera holders. And then around the same time, I looked at this Cosmo streamer. Yeah, never mind. That makes sense that that's there. This is kind of interesting, but the reviewers that got these were having some trouble with them, like plugging the screen in. It wasn't really connecting right, so that's a little weird. But this is a super polished naked GoPro frame. Stop it with the goddamn links. Yeah, super polished naked GoPro case, but it seems like it's kind of heavy to me. Like, yes, it's really good quality, but they made it out of, like, metal. Tell me that there's a weight on it. If you're doing a naked GoPro, in my opinion, the most important thing, the top of your priority list needs to be weight and making it as light as possible. Making the case metal is not lightweight. Yeah, see, 47.5 grams. 47.5 grams for just the case. So what you're going to end up with, I'll betcha, is something that is as heavy as the GoPro bones. And we fucking eviscerated GoPro for the bones being too heavy. So I don't quite... I mean, I do know what Flywheel was doing, designing it like this. Nobody thinks about the actual things that are important, and everybody just sees, oh, it's a metal case, I have to have it. Oh, it looks polished, I have to have it. And then you end up with something that didn't really save you any weight. So, yeah. I don't know about this. The main concern, though, is the what happened to the goddamn window that I had opened? Where did it go? It closed the window because I clicked the link? What the Oh, no, it went full screen. There we go. We got it. Look at this face. Ah! I'm saying words! Ah! 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 Hold on, let's just get it off there. There we go. There we go. We got a blinking face instead. Yeah, I don't know about this. Jesse James says, thanks for the tuning tips on the last stream. Definitely helps a lot. I'll post a video of me ripping my basement. Sounds good, dude. Glad you listened to the advice and then went and did it. A lot, you know, it's tuning is just weirdly like scary, and most people like just refuse to go in and screw around with the sliders. You're not gonna hurt anything, I promise. I mean, you could, but probably not. Traffic AU says, not sure, but I think the main reason of GoPro case it being lighter, you can still crash without worry too much. I get that. I totally get that. But yeah, and I guess it's nice to have something that's in sort of the middle ground. But why not just buy the GoPro Bones? You can get it with the GoPro protection, and then if you break it, you can get it replaced. You know, there's no replacing this whatsoever. But I guess it's nice to have something in the middle. I mean, I don't know. Look, the naked GoPro thing, like most people, and the real reason to do it, in my opinion, is to try to stay under 250 grams. This is so heavy that it's going to be really difficult to get a build under 250 grams with this. And at that point, why? Just put a full-size GoPro on it. It's going to be infinitely more durable, infinitely more reliable. You know, like the naked GoPro thing, like no matter what, you're taking any reliability that GoPro may have had and you're completely deleting it. And so just by the fact that you're ripping it apart and you're grinding shit down and like, yeah. And then so you put it into a reliable case and it's like, okay, this might be a little bit more reliable here, but it's still not really going to be reliable. And now it's too heavy to be on a sub 250 rig. So now it doesn't matter, right? You might as well just build a proper CiottiWhoop. It ends up being in this like middle ground where I don't quite get it. But that's just me, you know. I fly these things for real rather than just looking at them on the internet. So I'm sure that this will sell very well, but I don't recommend that you buy this. More remote ID shit. Kill me. Hey, somebody messaged me. I forgot this the other night. Somebody messaged me and said, yo, the HDLRC Petrol 85 frame is really durable. And that's awesome. I still don't understand why anybody would build a TinyWhoop with 2-inch propellers. But yeah, it is nice that there's now a durable frame for a 2-inch TinyWhoop. I guess if you're really hell-bent on flying TinyWhoops outside, that's why you would do it. I don't know anything about the HDLRC AIO. My guess is that it's crap, judging by HDLRC's electronics in the past. So I would not recommend that you buy this. I would recommend that you buy the frame if you're doing the 2-inch TinyWhoop thing. So yeah, that's good to know. It's good to... none of the other 2-inch TinyWhoop frames are even remotely durable. This one's probably going to be significantly heavier, but, you know, that's typically what it... And it looks like there's also a carbon fiber frame going on here. That's a shame. Maybe not. Might just be the design of the... Nope, yep, there's a carbon fiber brace here. Yeah, I mean, I don't love that. I would rather it... you can probably remove it. Maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. Could be good. Has anybody reviewed this? Oh my god, they're using a battery strap? Why are you doing... Oh, no. They also give you a rubber band. Battery straps are really heavy if you don't know. Yeah, I don't know. The 2-inch Whoop thing escapes me. But if you dig it, that's all that matters. Let's see if somebody has a video saying that this is the best TinyWhoop ever. These are great! That didn't take very long. Ah, we got 2 of them. There it is. The best. The top ready to fly. Oh, wait, no. This is an old one, 2021. But yeah, it didn't take us long to find two things saying that it's the best thing ever. Go figure. But yeah, these are not the current one. These are an older one. Looks like this is the current one. From Captain Drone. Not going to say anything else about that. Because if you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say anything. Where did that window go? Why do you keep hiding that window from me, computer? Give me the window back. There it is. Grinderino action. Nothing wrong with this frame. I do wish the top plate was designed a little differently to keep the carbon fiber out of view if you run any significant amount of up tilt. But you can potentially push the camera far enough forward to fix that. Now that the weather is getting nice, I'm going to actually get mine up in the air and I'll give you more feedback. But yeah. Holybro Micro M10 GPS with case. That's an awful big GPS. This is not going to be for 5-inch rigs. This is going to be like lifters only. Something that's this big and a big stupid case like this, you're going to have a big old spot to stick this down to. But yeah, lifters are becoming more and more popular. So if you're in the lifter world, maybe this is a good GPS. I don't really know much about GPSs. A bunch of Axis flying stuff. They've got this crazy a folding 7-inch. What? Well, it's opening on a separate window for no real reason. A folding 7-inch. That seems like a terrible idea. Huh. Wow. I mean, this would absolutely fit in a suitcase a whole hell of a lot better than that. So, yeah. Huh. And I mean, I guess if it's properly designed and the arms lock, and there's some magical way that the arms lock in without them like wiggling loose and vibrating and creating all kinds of garbage. Never would I think the day that, I mean, and maybe this is a hot mess, but I did not think that folding arm drones would ever be a real thing. That's kind of wild. Axis Flying's little prop guarded thing here, no interest whatsoever. Let's just do this. Axis Argus mini stack, F7 40 amp 46S. Okay, cool that any electronics are in stock at this point. Electronics that are in stock are a godsend. Blackbird 2207 V3, 2725 kV. What the hell? First of all, who's still flying 4S on 5-inch rigs? Second of all, in what world would you think that a 2725 kV rig wouldn't sag a 4S battery back to the 1920s? Axis Flying Argus F7 AIO, 40 amp, 3 to 6S, 25 by 25. That's the biggest AIO I've ever seen. What on earth? I mean, very cool that it's pink. I'll give it up to him on that. If you're trying to make a fancy looking rig, here you go. $85 is not that bad either. I've seen these a lot of these AIOs are now $100. This could be a good AIO. I can't possibly imagine running an AIO when you don't need to. So these big like 4 to 6S AIOs or 3 to 6S AIOs are just a terrible idea in my opinion. There are frames that you have to, like the Tooth Fairy 2, whatever the hell it is. But yeah, I'd rather run a different frame where you can run a proper 20 by 20 stack. It's going to give you such better performance and reliability. Let me get caught back up on chat. Got some good questions rolling in. Traffic AU says, no, we got that. Greenhorn FPV says you should make a slider tuning video for dummies. I've really pretty much like decided that this format, live streams, long form content is what I do best. I want to have the conversations, and you know, I stream 10 hours a week, so it's pretty easy to catch me. And then there's timestamps in all of them, and yeah, I would just rather tuning be a conversation than like a video that gets put out and in a couple of months they change the sliders and the video confuses people, or yeah, I don't know. This is the format that I've chosen and I stick with it. So yeah, come on through to a live stream or leave a comment with any questions that you've got, and I will answer them for you guys, and I will answer them specifically rather than trying to put like a one-size-fits-all thing out there that is going to inevitably screw somebody over, that, you know, just didn't pick up on the context. There's so much context in FPV, right? Like, I'm flying a TinyWhoop, I'm flying a lifter, I'm flying a 5-inch Freestyle rig, I've got these really low-powered motors, I've got these horrendously high-powered motors, right? And like, so many things change depending on all of those different specifics that I just find it to be a much better situation to have an actual conversation here than to just dump a 5-minute video out there. That I feel like in some cases, you know, a 5-minute video or a short will do a lot more damage than it actually helps. That's just me. I'm super biased, right? Because I've chosen long-form content. But yeah. Kenneth Robbins says, recommendations for a bind and fly TinyWhoop as a first drone, Moblite7 2024. If you buy anything else, you're smoking crack. Looking for something that doesn't need soldering for the motors, you gotta wait. There's a plug-in version coming. You're gonna have to wait a little bit for it. And has BT 2.0 out of the box. Looking at the Meteor 65 2022. Don't do it. If you get anything other than the Moblite6 2024, you're going to spend more money for a significantly worse product. It is well worth waiting. Or now I was going to say get the previous gen Moblite6 from Getfpv, but it's going to come with a PH 2.0 connector on it. And you said no solder. Here's the deal. You're not going to like this, Kenneth, but you need to hear this. You got to learn to solder. If you're going to be into FPV, you're going to have to learn to solder. There's no way around it. People that get into FPV and think that they're going to be able to not learn to solder get out of FPV pretty quickly, and they lose a whole bunch of money because you bought a whole bunch of stuff new and now you got to sell it at like 60% of its value used. So you're just going to have to learn how to solder. That's all there is to it. Every single person that has made it more than 6 months to a year in FPV has bit the bullet and learned how to solder. You might as well do that now. You can screw around for the next 6 months and swear that you're going to be able to do it without learning to solder, and then you'll either quit or you'll learn how to solder. There's no way forward without learning. It's not very difficult to do. It's not very expensive to get a half-decent soldering iron. There are shitloads of tutorials here on YouTube. I solder every few live streams, and I give you guys like a play-by-play to help you learn quite a bit. It's really not that difficult. Look, people way dumber than you have learned how to solder, right? We'll put it that way. When people see that my cars are manual, and say like, wow, I could never figure that out. I'm just like, everybody did at one point. There were 50, 60 years of cars only being manual, and everybody learned. So like, yeah, you're just going to have to do it, man. If you want to be into FPV, you have to learn to solder, period. There's just no other way. And a TinyWhoop is a great place to learn. So go on to Getfpv, get the previous generation Moblite6 elrs, and then the only soldering you're going to need to do is to switch the PH 2.0 lead over to a BT 2.0 lead, and that is like one of the perfect places to start. You're going to be soldering to something that's not super expensive. It's a little bit small, but like, yeah, it's totally doable. It's absolutely doable. Or if you can wait, at some point here, there will be a Moblite6 2024 with plugs for the motors. I don't think there's going to be plugs for the camera, though. I think the camera is going to have to be soldered, but I mean, it'll come with a camera. So as long as you don't break that, you'll be okay. But yeah, just got to bite the bullet, my friend. Sorry. I wish there was a better answer. But like I said, it's not that hard. I swear. It's not that hard. CMYK says leveraging strategic partnerships through data-driven platforms, disrupting industry standards. Yeah, these people calling themselves disruptors too. Is there a more fucking cringy thing on earth? You're not a disruptor. You're an asshole. What is wrong with you? We're disruptors. We're here to disrupt the industry. We're disruptors. Oh, you're a self-important douchebag. Go put your head in a toilet. Kevin the Alien says 50 grams is kind of heavy for analog 2-inch. Yeah, it looks like a heavy frame. I mean, 2-inch rigs get heavy quick. Off Axis says, I know Captain Drone, and there's a reason I'm not subscribed, lol. Yeah. Metadirtson says, or if you don't have anything good to say, send a cease and desist. Off Axis says, I heard it flies pretty decent. The Folding 7. Really? I mean, look, like, when we're putting a regular 5-inch frame together, there's a point where the arms are, like, foldable, and then we put another screw or two in, and they're no longer foldable. So, like, I guess it makes sense that, like, yeah, okay, and look, there have been a bunch of foldable armed frames now over the last, like, 2 or so years. So it makes sense that finally somebody's figuring out, that's a little harsh, but, like, it makes sense that, yeah, we are figuring it out now. So that doesn't really surprise me. That's not where I expected FPV to go. But it makes sense, man. Shit, being able to fold a 7-inch rig down, pop the propellers off, and throw it in a suitcase, like, you know, it's the size of a Mavic at that point. Basically is a Mavic at that point. OMFPV says, I'm a bit late, but the Skyzone M5 monitor is a great product for analog pilots, in my opinion. Feature-packed, including diversity and AV out. Skyzone M5 monitor. Computer, stop it! I don't know what that is. $110 ain't bad. A lot of times these monitors are really expensive, and I'm like, no. Oh, this is the one that, yeah. Joshua did a little review on it, and he was like, and my favorite part of the review is he's like, yeah, I waited 6 years for them to make this. He was like, it's a monitor review. I didn't know what was really going to be all that interesting, but then, yeah, there are some really cool things about this monitor. So, yeah, and the price is right. $100 for a monitor, that's the right price. I didn't think that it had HDMI out, though. I thought that when I watched this review, I was super excited because I was sure that it would have HDMI out, and then I could have sworn that it didn't. It's got DVR, which is great. But, yeah, it does not have... Yeah, see? It does not have HDMI output. And so what I'm going to say is, don't buy this until they make one with HDMI out. It would be more expensive, though. If you buy this and it doesn't have HDMI out, someday you're going to need HDMI out. And you're going to go, God damn it, I should have listened to Ciotti. There are none with working HDMI out that I've been able to find, though. So, yeah, the thing doesn't exist. Green Horn FPV says, Find a live TinyWhoop tuning stream, LOL. Oh, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't really need to do a whole stream. Like, I hit on it. I feel like at this point, I hit on tuning, like, at least once a week. No real reason to do a whole stream on it. Like, tuning is super, super, super simple. Either just use the master multiplier or use the top 2 sliders. that's pretty much everything. Diving deeper into it tends to kind of turn people off, and they just go like, this is too much, I can't handle this. So I try to keep it nice and simple. The master multiplier or the top 2 sliders are going to get your rig tuned like 95% perfect. And then beyond that, if you want to take a whole bunch of time to go deeper, that's on you. I would prefer to keep it as simple as possible to give people the confidence to actually do it. The hardest part about tuning is actually doing it. Most people just give up and they just don't do it, and then they never learn. Like, the biggest part about tuning is actually tuning, and then you can start to learn it, and then you can lose like the fear, uncertainty, doubt that comes along with it. So yeah, it's way simpler than you'd think. Kenneth Robbins says, boo hiss. That was at 8:10. I wonder what we were talking about 8 minutes ago. I don't remember. Kenneth Robbins also says, sounds like the new Moblite7 and learning to solder is the way to go. Now I remember. Yep. Well, if you get the current, well, no, not current, because you can't buy it yet, but the first version of the Moblite6 2024 that's going to be coming out has direct soldered motors. And yeah, it's a great rig. You're probably not going to need to solder on it because it comes with BT 2.0. And so, yeah, you'll get up in the air and you'll be good to go for a while. And then down the road, maybe you'll want to solder to it. But to be honest, the performance is good enough that like you could spend the next few years flying it and you would not maximize its sort of potential and need to go up to a higher kV motor. If you can wait a little bit, the new one will have motor plugs, which is nice because eventually, if you crash it hard enough, you will bend up the motor shafts and it'll benefit you to swap the motors out. At that point, if that's when you learn how to solder, awesome, because you're going to have to learn anyway. Or if you got the plug-in motor version, you're golden. So yeah, you kind of can't go wrong in either way. And then Kenneth says, thanks, you're certainly welcome, friend. YouTube just did the thing. Denzel the Terrible says, hello. Matty says, have you looked at getting a nuclear hazard RotorHazerd kit? I don't know what that is. Nuclear hazard RotorHazerd kit. I haven't even like remotely heard of that. Usually I've like at least somewhat heard of this. Heard of things, but I have absolutely no idea what that is. So it looks like it's a Raspberry Pi. I'm immediately uninterested. What the hell is this thing? What are these? Version 7? It looks really cool. Pre-order. Oh, it's a lap timer. Oh, cool. I don't have any use for that. I don't race at all. But very cool. It's a lap timer. Okay. I don't really know anything about lap timers or racing in general. I find racing to be very frustrating. If I'm going to race, it's going to be in a car. FPV racing to me is just the most annoying thing on earth, and it brings out the worst in a lot of people, as most racing does, right? Like you add competition and people start acting shitty. But yeah, I have no interest in racing stuff. But if you guys do, there you go. Nuclear hazard RotorHazerd kit is a looks like an open source-ish lap timer. But Erickson says, everyone who is doing racing and runs the live feed on a big screen just gets one of those little converters that turns composite analog into HDMI. Yeah, I bought 2 of those, and neither one of them works right with the TVs at the drift place. I kept the one for so long that I couldn't return it to Amazon, so I still have it actually, but I doubt I'll ever use it. Raising 1337 says Moblite6 2024 has been available on some sites already, like AliExpress, by the way. Yeah, I don't really consider that available though. I don't consider like AliExpress or Banggood actually available. Just because, you know, look, if you order it from one of those websites, by the time it gets here, like while it's in transit, the U.S. shops will start selling it, and then God forbid you get one that's bad, you can actually return it without having to send it back to China. So yeah, I don't really consider as for us Americans, which is like 99% of my audience. It really doesn't make any sense to get something from AliExpress or Banggood, because it just makes the return process impossible. It's well worth it to wait a couple of extra days and buy it from one of the stateside resellers, so that if/when it's bad, you can return it without hating your life. So yeah, I don't recommend it. All that being said, there are products that are only available from Banggood or AliExpress, and in that case, yeah, of course, snag them. But yeah, Hockey Round says free frame Friday. Hell yeah, let's do it. Everybody stop typing good things into the chat, and if you want the chance to win a Cockroach 65 V3 frame, just type a period. Go. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to get caught up. There's only 2 more things. Kenneth Robbins says, I can deal with beating the soldered engine version to death and learning to solder. There you go, brother. Raging Leet says, I'm not in the US, UK. Okay, so then, yeah, for you, AliExpress and Banggood are two of the best options in a lot of cases. All right, chat is filling up with periods. So here's how it works. If you win, you're going to send me a message somewhere. All my contact info is over on CiottiFPV.com. You're going to say, yo, on YouTube, my name is blobbity blah. My real first and last name are blibbity bloob. And my email address is flingity flong. And then I'm going to reply back with, cool, here's your coupon code. And then you're going to go to NewBeeDrone's website and you put the coupon code in. First you add the Cockroach V3 65 to your cart, in whichever material, whichever color you want, and then you put the coupon code in, and the coupon code will remove $4.99 or whatever the frame costs. If you just get the frame, you're going to then have to pay shipping, but NewBeeDrone's website has a ton of really unique stuff and really good stuff, so you can probably find a few things to order so that you get free shipping, and there you go. Now you've got a properly free frame. All right, I gave you guys enough time. Let's come in here to participants, and I'm going to highlight all. Shout out to NewBeeDrone for this massive list of coupon codes to get your asses onto their website and appreciate all the cool stuff that they've got. All right, here we go. There's everybody. Submit. And here we go. OMFPV just got blown away right before my very eyes. Kevin Sumner's in the top left, off axis bottom right. Mick Mucus top right, Stavel bottom left. Everybody's gone. It might be Kevin Sumner. Nope, at the last second. Ant BVTHC has won. Also, do me a favor. If you guys are duplicate winners, just let me know. Just tag me into the chat. Tag me in the chat, not into the chat. Play again. Blah! Stavel bottom right, Kestrel bottom left, Hendrix Freakazoid hard left. Everybody that I just read is blown away already. Freelojo on the left there, off axis top left, MoFPV top left as well, Jackalope top dead center. Safe zone on the right there. It's Mick Mucus. Congratulations, dude. You are winner number 2. All right, got you on there. Play again. We're going to do this 5 times. A surprise appearance from the old and fat goat. Why is he fat? Johnny Then on the left. CiottiFPV in the bottom left. I hope he wins. I heard he's a handsome son of a bitch. Jesse James bottom right. He's hanging in pretty good. Everybody else I read off is gone. OMFPV top left. Jackalope top dead center. It's Jackalope. Congratulations, dude. All right, 2 more. 2 more. All you guys got to do is remind me. Play again. Scott FPV is on the bottom. Ohm is now on the bottom right. Freelojo blown away. Mo FPV top left. Northern Tier just got blown away. Kevin James left. Ohm's gone. Mo's gone rather. Kevin James is still hanging in. Kestrel all the way hard left. Ohm bottom right. He's gone. Kestrel it is. All right. Yeah, I gotta replace this mouse. It is really starting to fuck up. Not only is the scroll wheel effing up now, but the buttons, when I just click the mouse, it just stops. When I hold the mouse button down, it just stops being held down. Ram Donko bottom right, 16-bit next to him. Johnny Then Hard bottom right, he's gone. Dead Chicken on the top next to Max Melner. They're both gone. It's me, I win. Hater 13 hard left. Metal Dirt Skin bottom left. He shouldn't win again. Bent FPV top left next to Ram Donko. Tongue Out FPV top left as well. Kevin the Alien there next to Tongue Out. Kevin just got blown away. Kevin Sumner got blown away. Everybody's getting blown away. EE Doc top right. Raging Leap bottom right. He's gone. But EE Doc has won. That's 5, my friends. Every time you remind me, we'll do 5 more. Well, per live stream. Make sure you guys message me. Discord's kind of the best. Instagram is great too. Email is not the best. What the fuck? Come on! Let me click it! Why is this happening? Oh, for fuck's sake. My God, man. Me and computers. Not a good combination. Not a good combination at all. All right. Wake and Bake says, I'm late. Enter me, please. I don't know if you were in there, man. I apologize if you weren't, but I'll do it again next stream, and the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one. Metaritson says, wait, did I win and never claim it? Good grief. Let me see. Metal. Yes, you did win and never claimed it, Metal. It's all good. Message me somewhere. And, yeah. So, yeah, anybody that won, message me somewhere. Say, yo, my name on YouTube is Blip. My real name is Blop. My email address is bloom. And I'll give you your code. AntBVTHC says, hey, I emailed about those motors. Awesome. I'm behind on my email because of the fiasco yesterday. So I'll get it when I can. Maybe tonight. Realistically, tomorrow. Jackalope says, can you please give mine to Wake and Bake? Yep. Wake and Bake, message me and say, yo, Jackalope said in chat that he wants to donate mine to him. Here's my name. Here's my bing bong. Here's my flip flop. Wake and Bake says, I got a pair of 33,000 kV 802s, TinyWhoop motors. I got the last pair. Oh, you bastard. I didn't know those were still in stock. I would have ordered another set. Enjoy them. Those are fantastic motors. Johnny then says, maybe you need to unplug the moose and plug it back in. I joke. It's a moose. It's not a tumor. It's not a moose. It's a goat. His battery is in here. I'm actually enjoying his slow demise into he kind of sounds like a moose at this point. Maybe that's why he thought he was a moose. Oh, he's doing good now. I pushed the battery tray down, and now he's doing good. Wake and Bake says, where do I message you? Over on CiottiFPV.com. All my contact info is on the top there. There's a bunch of different ways. Discord, Instagram, email, smoke signals. Bunch of things going on. Denzel the Terrible says, did you see Jesse Perkins on that Mike Rowe show? I didn't actually watch it, but I clicked it on mute and saw that Jesse was there. I was like, good for you. Good for you, Jesse. Well deserved. CMYK with the link to the website. All right. Let's do a little flying. We'll take a little pause on the here's a way to spend a bunch of money. And we have not been doing our 6 batteries a day all that well. So let's get back into it. Of course, I'm going to have to unplug and replug. Just go out of focus. Oh, it's shifting up and down a little bit. That one's higher. That one's higher. This one's higher. Hold on, I can fix that. Can I? Can I fix it? What? probably fixed it. Nope, still a little bit higher. Higher and to the left, so I need to go to the right and down. There we go. There was a much easier way of doing that, but sometimes, you know, sometimes you gotta jerk off manually. Am I right, friends? Am I right? Ah, this just got weird. All right, unplugged, replugged, let's fly. Let's fly some good old-fashioned Western-style grip hand job, ultimate freestyle TinyWhoops. Now, let's fly the Moblite7 2024 because, yeah, I'm gonna put these massive HD0 goggles on my face. Pray for me. They are so heavy. Oh my god! I actually posted in the HD0 Discord, and I said, hey, here's my problem. Any solutions? And none. Ah. Okay. I think this is the right module. Moblite7 2024. A couple of jank old batteries first. Let's get these out of the way. Here we go. The sound of our people. Get in there. Ah! Let's do it, yo. Let's see how long it takes me to adjust. This time. Oh, the screens on these goggles. I will say this. There is this weird little moment when I first put these goggles on where I have like double vision. I think the screens... I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I don't get that with Fat Sharks, and I don't get that with the Walk Snail goggles. But yeah, every time I put these HD0 goggles on, I feel like I have to either cross or uncross my eyes a little bit more. The diopter or the adjustments on the bottom don't help. It's not a deal breaker. Yeah, Mo, it's been indestructible, and good lord have I pounded the shit out of it, so no complaints at all. Did anybody else have that? Anybody else have that with their HD0 goggles? They need like a little bit of adjustment time for their eyeballs to eyeball. Oh god, I couldn't decide. Here we go. Yeah, that's what I want. I want you to do that. Yeah, stay there. Stay there forever. Ah! Oh, God! Alright, so, more up tilt than I'm used to. So I gotta adjust to that a little bit. I really wish this camera mount would do a little bit less up tilt. Other than that, seems okay. Although, in Nick Burns' extended review, his camera mount has started to crease, and ow! I hit myself in the ankle. And his camera now no longer sits level, which is a huge problem. Because when cameras don't sit level, you fly way worse. Speaking of flying way worse, I'm actually not doing too bad tonight so far. Well, oh god, he says as he trying to do all the really hard stuff though. Oh my god. No, don't eat me. Oh my god! Ooh, shit. That was 10 out of 10 right there. Ooh! These NewBeeDrone gates are smaller than all the other gates, and they're like just small enough where I commonly miss that gap. And I threw that one not lined up with it. Like I had to make a big correction on roll, and it went exactly where I was hoping that it would go. Probably about 80% luck, but I'll take it. God damn it! There was a little bit of skill involved. Hold on, let me just get this antenna tucked in a little bit better here. Whatever, it's fine. It's fine. This is a battery that's starting to poof up, and it's one of the gold marker ones. That's disappointing. Gold marker batteries are the newest of the Weebleeds. They've still been cycled pretty hard. So this is another banged up battery. Look at these alien ass goggles on my head, man. These goggles are significantly dumber looking than Fat Shark's, are they not? Look at this silly thing over here. Stuart Guzman says, how are the goggles feeling? Still very heavy, but the NewBeeDrone foam is incredible. So, yeah. Oh, you son of a bitch! No! Everybody get off me! Everybody leave me alone! Oh! Ah! No, no, no! What? Why? What was that about? Oh no, 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 no! Yep. Bouncy boy. Oh nope, missed that one. Oh boy! Ah! What am I looking at here? Oh, what? What? Get me out of here. Oh! That was like the ultimate just laid out something or other. No! How? I was trying to just relax. Oh! Don't slide that much. Come on now. Help a brother out. I have this on the GemFan 1219S propellers. They're nice and lightweight, extremely durable, and they make the most power because they're the most pitchy out of all these really lightweight. Come on. I had one. Oh, that's unrecoverable. You goddamn bastard, you. I had one half decent battery, and now it's just a shit show as always. Yeah. Getting used to it. All right, here we go. A little bit more insanity. Woo! No! No! Get out, get out, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. Should be okay now. No! Stop it! No! Yeah, now we're good. Woo! That was cool looking. What the hell was that about? Hold on. Wait, hold on. Stop it! Stop it! That was less cool looking that time. I don't know why it was so cool looking the first time. Oh, you jackass. Ooh, ooh! Oh! Does this rig not have crash prevention turned on? I don't think it does. Is that why? It does not. This rig does not have crash prevention turned on. Okay. Crash recovery, rather. There's no such thing as crash prevention. Crash prevention is called fly more. Crash prevention is called get good, scrub. Hey! Okay. Let's turn crash recovery on. What do you think of that? I need to steal the settings from another rig, though. I might have them on here. Let's see. Let's see if they're on this Walksnail 75 build. Alright, here's how you set up crash prevention. Man, yeah, these goggles are heavy. You go into Betaflight. But Erickson says, that's what it's like flying the DJI V2 with an analog adapter. 4 antennas ain't enough. I gotta have 6. Killer Whale ordered the foam I could find for them. Favorite is the PyroDrone foam. I have that here. I haven't tried it yet. It doesn't move around as much as the NewBeeDrone foam. I really like how thick the NewBeeDrone foam is. We're going to type diff, and then I'm just going to look for crash prevention in here. Nope, it's not turned on this rig. Damn it. All right, hold on. Hold on, please! It's certainly turned on this one. Stavel says I do. I have to cross/uncross my eyes. What the hell? What's that about? My eyes are like like a little bit fatigued afterwards after I use them too, and like I have to do the same thing. Like once I take the goggles off, I have to like kind of like uncross my eyes again. Interesting. I wonder what that's about, and why I don't get it on the other videos. Goggles, not videos. Steady Eddie says, I was having that double vision issue at first. Also, it turned out to be distance from the sense thing. Try pushing them closer or pulling them a little away. Interesting. Killer Whale says, I thought something was wrong with my eyes because of it. Even mentioned to my doctor. LOL. Wake Up Bake says a message and followed you on Instagram. Thank you, dude. I'll get back to you in a little bit. Okay, here we go. So, diff. And then I'm looking for set. There we go. Crash recovery on. Crash recovery on. Crash recovery rate. Set point threshold. G threshold. And D threshold. These are my specific settings that work with my specific rates and how I specifically crash. You can probably run those numbers and get a pretty good experience, but on the Betaflight wiki, there's more information on it, and then you can get it dialed in perfectly for you. And you know, I'm getting the same little crease in my camera holder that Nick is getting. So yeah. And I feel like I can almost see that it's starting to sit a little bit crooked. We'll keep beating on it until it properly gives up. And then we will switch it over to the Runcam Nano 3 with the old school Mobula 6 canopy. Alright, so now this thing has crash recovery turned on. What do you think of that? I'm actually going to put it on this other Freestyle rig while I'm at it. What the hell? Connect. Hey! That's not what I wanted. CLI. Paste. Save. Cool. Alright, 75mm Walksnail Maniac rig now has crash recovery. Happy days are here at last. Here we go. Let's crash some more. Yeah, it's not the eyes crossed thing is not bad. After taking the goggles off and on a few times, I adjust pretty quickly. But it is a thing that I haven't noticed with other goggles. When I push them into my face, it seems to get a little bit better, but I need the goggles to sit out this far. So that the Velcro doesn't touch my face like it was with the fun crash. Like it was with the stock foam. You cannot take it from me! Oh my god, why? Oh, come on now. Don't do me like that. Oh god, no! I actually am really looking forward to getting this canopy off here. I do not like this amount of up tilt. I really do notice the extra up tilt with this thing versus the old canopy and camera setup. Just like a little nothing rearwards flick. Just like just like a little lazy back throw. That was a little too much. Hold on. Let's keep the lazy. Let's keep doing the lazy version. Slowly pitch back. Oh, that was the ultimate lazy, but I didn't get enough elevation. There. That's a. I don't know why. That's just. That's such a funny looking little. Oh shit! That was like nothing on that one. I mean, you could technically do it without it. You could just hold on. Let me get it. You don't have to do that little forward blip. But it doesn't look very cool. It looks way cooler with some sort of a little forward. The little pitch forward kind of tells you to like look down. And like it tells you that there's something coming. You're informing your viewer where to look in a weird way. What's happening? I'm just hitting everything! No! I get into this like cinematic flying mode where I don't make corrections. Because like when you make corrections, it ruins the shot. So like, unless you're gonna hit somebody, you just like leave it and see where it goes. And then like when it's with a TinyWhoop, I'm like, yeah, I don't give a rat's ass. The TinyWhoop's not gonna get hurt, and there's nobody to hurt down here. I'm all into these like super lazy moves all of a sudden. Hold on. Let's see if we can do the laziest Matty flip of all the Matty flips. Hold on. Sling shooting around town. Hockey Rounds, CMYK says, Hockey Round says, someone needs to print you a white module cover for your goggles. The all white looks sick. You mean it covers up the bottom? Yeah, man, these look dumb with the bottom in gray. They need the whole thing needs to be white. Does it cover the bottom? Yeah, it looks really weird when they're up on my head like this. It just looks like this hard line. These are ugly goggles. Like, that looks... I don't have... No, here we go. Like, sorry, but this looks way better. Like, that's... Although, I don't know, Fat Sharks always look cool, because they're just that, like, super OG thing. But yeah, I'm not impressed by the looks of these goggles. Now that I see myself, they look cool like this, like kind of cool like this, but then like that they look yuck. Oh, CMYK says rapid fire cover. Nah, I like the red, yo. Give me that red. Need red. Killer Whale likes them with the patches on. Well, Killer Whale, your opinions are wrong. They're not wrong. They're not wrong. You're allowed to have your own opinions. Sometimes people's opinions are wrong. But in this case, yours are not. You're okay. Here we go! Battery number... I don't know. 3, 4, 14, 40. This is a fresh battery, so we're going to get good runtime, good power. Ready? Yep! Woo! Let's see what the kids are doing upstairs. I think they're playing Fortnite. Oh! The throw of throws. Where's Tedward? There he is. There's Tedward Spaghettward. Hello, little dog. Hello, little dog. Oh, there he is. Will this dog ever get... Will I ever get tired of this dog? The answer is no. There's those little steps. Let's see if I'll chase. 3, 2, 1. Oh, God, it's up here. Ooh, up here, it's the jam. Because I can go really high and really get to see him. Look out, buddy. Oh, there he is. There he is. All right, buddy, you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? I want to see you jump. Jump! Teddy Spaghetti! Yeah! Teddy Spaghetti! Come and chase it, buddy. You know you want to. Come over here. Come over here. I want to do like a big throw over you, dog. Come on. Come on over here. Come over this way. Come on, buddy. Look, I'm talking to you. The little alien spacecraft is talking to you. Look, it's bouncing. He likes when it bounces. He likes when it bounces. Oh, God! Oh. That beard. The beard coming from behind. Alright, this is gonna be a good one. He's all jacked up. Ready? Here we go! Woo! Oh, that was not a good one. Oh, God, no! Where am I? Yay! Teddy's freaking out. Yeah! He's trying to get it now. Yeah! This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted, doggy. Yes! This is a stock bind and fly TinyWhoop right here that this dog loves more than anything. Oh, God! When he actually chases it, it's so good. I wish these motors weren't all banged up. The every time I'm sort of hovering, it gets a little fuzzy. The charge. The little charge. Oh, he is all the way in tonight. This dog is in top form. Ready, buddy? Yes. Oh, I love this dog. I'm gonna eat him. Oh. There he is. Ready, boy? 3, 2, 1. Hey. Hey, 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 hey. Look at these children. Big Friday night right here. Big Friday night. Oh, God. There he is. Hey. There's that nose. There's that nose and beard again. Oh, that little sit and the paws sitting flat. I gotta come back. Oh, God! Uh-oh. Oh, I might have knocked the antenna off. Come on. Is the reception okay? Thank God I wasn't Stevie Wondering that entire battery. Antenna's fine. I don't know why the quality was all shit. Woo! That was a good one. That was a good little Teddy session right there. I love that dog so much. The mega power loop. All right, hold on. Back to business. We want to do a suit. What? What? No! Come on! Stop it! Get! Let me... Oh, that's a good sign, actually. There we go. We're trying to do the world's laziest, most laid out Matty flip. Here we go. No. That wasn't it. Try again. I'm laying it out a little bit too much. Gotta start it really low. to give the maximum fling. Ah! Hold on, I got this. I got this. I'm just waiting too low. I'm waiting too long to put the throttle back on. I got this. Hold on. Oh God, no! Something hit me. What? What? Excuse me? Get out of there. There we go. Oh, this battery's done. Hold on. Skrrr! It's always so nice when it does that. Woo! Teddy, the spaghetti monster. We call him Teddy Spaghetti because he's got worms. Back in it. Here we go. Oh. No video. Is battery dead, maybe? You try turning it off and on again? Uh-oh. Oh, wait, no, there it is. All right. All's well. Okay. The world's most laid out TinyWhoop Matty flip coming at you. A whole battery's worth. I'd love to do it here. Nah, not quite in. It's a little bit off angle there. If I do it right here, I can fire back through the cube gate. So let's... Oh! Yo, that was very close. Not bad for a first try. Wow, what I'm having... Okay, hold on. Yeah, you know, when I'm hovering and flying really slow, my throttle expo is not quite in it. Oh my God! There it is. That is exactly what I was going for. Oh, I'm coming back so low that I'm hitting this down here. I'm hitting this part of the cube gate. That's exactly what I want though. Like I want to shoot from the ground all the way up into the gates, and then I want to come all the way back down. That's not what I want. That's me getting on the throttle a little bit too late. You got to get on the throttle early enough where you're sending a bunch of thrust forward. Ooh! I mean, that's not what I was going for, but that was pretty fucking dope looking. Oh, come on now. Try that again. Here we go. Oh, close. Close, close, close. But no cigarillo. Ooh! Oh! Good little sequence there. Oh, followed by a big old fuck you. You jerk off. Oh, God. Oh, it's so far back there, you son of a bitch, you. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, come on now. Really? Oh, my God. Come on. Oh. 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 Okay. Woo! Jesus, hell. Helling shit. Whew. Alright. I mean, that makes sense. We can't possibly get more than like 5 seconds of good without crash. Let's just do a little chill. Ah! Ah! Battery is sagging like a son of a bitch. Whoa! There was a huge white flash. What was that about? Ah, yeah! Oh! Ah, that would have been great. such luck. Yeah. Oh, God! That whizzed right by my head. No! I was trying to use the lines in the ceiling to reference that. Big backwards move. That right there was crash recovery, saving my ass for the record. That was weird. I just didn't push the stick far enough. I have not a great excuse for that one. Sometimes you just don't do the right thing with your fingers. Oh, really? The tiny little thing on the boom stand is going to just hit me right in the face? That's not surprising. Ah! Poor keyboard. Man, that white flash was weird. Alright. Over on my Discord, there's a text channel open to everyone called Best of CiottiFPV. Last battery, my friends. Let's go to another rig. Let's go to the Ultimate Freestyle TinyWhoop. Just to change it up a little bit. This is the one on 32,000 kV motors. Yeah, that's you can make not shorts, but clips in there, and there are some amazing ones in there already. So I definitely recommend you guys check that out, and feel free to put your own clips in there. I love it. I absolutely love it when you guys put clips in there, because it's cool to see what like you guys find funny, right? Like I find weird stuff funny, and then you guys find sometimes the same stuff, sometimes different stuff funny. I gotta change the module. That's a big old kick in the dick. There we go. All better. Ultimate Freestyle TinyWhoop with 32,000 kV motors. And the HQ YOLO tri-blades. Oh god, what's happening? There we go. It was in Horizon. Holy shit, this has a lot more power. These propellers are actually less pitchy than the ones I just had on, but this is 32,000 kV versus 28. So you're going to see... Oh, stop it. You're going to see that I can be quicker with... I can be quicker with the throttle from the higher power motors. And I'm arguably more used to that. Ah! Oh! Oh! I think the difference is pretty obvious, right? Like, this thing is just lightning. The Moblite 6 2024 is incredible. But, man, when you get to 30,000 kV and above, it's just crazy. Admittedly, it does become harder to fly. But there are other things that happen that are really, really cool. Oh man, we are in it tonight, my friends. Ah! Why would I say that? Ah! Why would I say that? What an idiot. Oh god! Let me just focus for a minute here. You guys can hear the... Oh, you scumbag! Why? Why you do this to me? Where even is... There it is. Why you gotta be like that? Why you gotta be so mean, TinyWhoop? You fucker. Ooh, Simrig tried to eat me, but I said no, no, no. Uh-oh, that was full throttle inverted. Oh, you couldn't just hook a brother up? NewBeeDrone Gates, you couldn't? I don't blame you. Okay. Ate this battery, jeez. Oh! Man, I wish I had more batteries charged. I'm flying half decent tonight. Hey. Well, there you go. There's my 6 batteries a day. Are you going to fly 6 batteries today too? Come on. It'll only take like 20 minutes. And you'll get a little bit better if you do it. Do it. Fly your 6, my friends. Don't be lazy. I'm one to talk. I didn't fly yesterday. Do it. Fly your 6, my friends. It's the least you can do. Do it for yourself. Do it for me. Do it for America. Don't do it for America. Don't do anything for America. America doesn't deserve it. Hey, let's go watch Bot Grinder. It's 10 after 9. That's not what I was going to say. We still need to compare interlaced versus deinterlaced. Let's do it super quick. We can do it in like 1 second. Ready? I've been meaning to do this, and I've been forgetting, and it's just stupid to forget. We're going to do it right now. Interlaced versus deinterlaced. I'm going to use this Immersion RC Power Play with my Fat Short goggles, which has a rapid fire module on it, so that we're comparing rapid fire to rapid fire. All the settings are the same. This thing's battery is dead, so it's just going to sit here and beep. I'm sorry. It sucks for you. Sucks even worse for me, though. We're going to do it on the 2024 because it's got a good camera and the battery just went dead. On the next live stream, we're going to test deinterlaced video versus not. Wait. Can I just plug this in, maybe? Or will it only charge if I do that? Will it run plugged in? Hey, it'll run plugged in. All right, we're going to do it now. Fuck it, we're doing it live! Turn these on. This is super easy. This is the easiest thing that we're going to do all week. I'm going to leave this pointed at that. And I need to turn these on. This is the easiest thing ever. Here we go, ready? So these goggles are now recording. And I'm going to hit the button for these goggles to record as well. Oh, shit. Hold this button. Oh, Christ. Doing everything wrong. All right. So we're pointing it at a whole bunch of things with detail. So we got that. And we got this. I just need to hit record. Come on. Record. There we go. All right. Recording. 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds. That's all we need. Done. All right, we're good. Although, let me hit stop recording or whatever. And then, okay. Got this. Unplug this. That usually gets these to stop recording. Yay! All right, cool. And then we're going to kick this memory card out. So this memory card is deinterlaced. And then this card is going to be interlaced. So this up first is deinterlaced. And what we're going to do here is open this up. And then it should pop up here. There it is. All right. So, okay. That's not helpful. Movies. And it's going to be the very last one. Well, there's the screenshot that we took. That's fun. You hit the button and it takes a little screenshot. Okay, so we're going to open this up. And there it is. Stop! All right, there it is. We got it. And so we're going to take a screenshot all the way up here in the corner. What the fuck? Stop! Get out of it. Get out of... Whatever. Up here. It's this mouse, man. This mouse is fucked up. All right, up in the... What the hell, dude? Why is this happening? It's not the mouse. The screenshot is acting really weird. I'm gonna light this fucking computer on fire, I swear to God. All right, there we go. That works. And then we're gonna pull this, so that's the first one, which is deinterlaced, which should be better. Put that right back in the goggles, that's fine. And then this one from the power play should be worse. And this is going to be interlaced. And put this in here. All right. I don't even know why that's still open. That shouldn't still be opened. Wangle Bork. DCIM. Here's that last file. Open it up in the same program. And we're going to go full screen like that. And now we'll struggle to do a screenshot again, I'm sure. Okay. Hey. All right, let's see. That's it. That's all we need to do. No big deal. Deinterlaced, interlaced. Really? Why do they have to be different? Why? Why is one of them wide like that? Deinterlaced, interlaced. Deinterlaced, interlaced, deinterlaced. Yeah, it looks better. If you look in here, at all this detail, you can see the difference. This is interlaced. This is deinterlaced. See how much smoother that looks? This is just... Man, it is not that much different, though. I'm actually kind of surprised there's not more of a difference. Here's proper all the way full screen. Oh, you... There we go. Interlaced, deinterlaced. Interlaced, deinterlaced. Interlaced, deinterlaced. Yeah, I mean, it is unquestionably a little bit better, but it's certainly not $867 better. Yeah, don't buy HD0 goggles for better analog. That is not a good way to spend your money. You can put your money into lots of other things that'll net much more fun and better flying. All that being said, the HD0 goggles are amazing. But to buy them for analog, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But you do you. You do you. Wow, there is not much of a difference there. That is interesting. And by interesting, I mean disappointing. I wish there was a bigger difference there, but hey. They're HD0 goggles, they're not analog goggles, right? Remember that. Thanks for hanging, friends. Go watch some Bot Grinder. Tell them I sent you. Everybody go... Here, hold on. We talked about doing this last time. Oh, is he not streaming? No, surely he is. Yeah, there he is. Here's the link, my friends. Click the link or else I'm going to beat your faces. Tell them I sent you. There you go. There's the link. Hockey Round says HD0 does not transmit data, so you can lose the antennas if you want to lose some weight. Yeah, I had the antennas off for a little while, but I mean, they're white antennas. It looks kind of cool with them on. I mean, they don't really weigh anything. But yeah, it's true. That's true. When the analog is on, the HD0 doesn't do anything. Thanks for hanging, my friends. Be good. I'll see you Sunday, and we'll do some more things. Bye-bye! I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Am I ready? No, I'm not ready. Hey, here's some flying I did the one night. Probably bad flying, but, you know to expect that by now. Here's what it looks like when I fly not on the live stream. It's no better. Later, friends.